two worlds, one family.
Hello everyone, once again we're here to talk about an episode of the Star Wars The Bad Batch. I'm Axel Myth, the Star Wars guy. So once again, we're out in space on the shuttle. Our heroes are once again coming up with a plan. They talk about going to a planet called Idaflor because it's not inhabited. Omega complains a little bit because she's been cooped up on Kamino all her life. With her newfound freedom, she wants to explore. Hunter turns her idea down. They are wanted men after all. Tech explains that they're pretty much out of rations and fuel. Also something about scrambling the ship's signal. But the closest planet to do that on is Pantora. No, not Pandora, the Avatar planet. Although Pantora is inhabited by blue people as well. You might recognize, at the very least, the race from the Clone Wars. They appeared in a few episodes, but I don't believe their homeworld has ever really been explored in that show. I could be wrong though, it's been a while. Anyway, I don't know what kind of planet I expected Pantora to be. Maybe icy like its moon, but I didn't expect it to be another desert planet. At the very least, this one has design choices not seen in Star Wars much. It seems to be modeled after places in like the Middle East, I think. Tech starts to work on the ship, while Echo, who has a change of clothes, Hunter, and Omega go looking for food. Wrecker's all like, "Why can't I go?" And Echo explains, "We need to stay low, and you stand out too much in a crowd." When Wrecker tries to point out that Echo would stand out too much as well, Echo closes the helmet he has, and suddenly, he looks like a droid. Actually not a bad disguise. I really like this look. I'm kinda surprised it wasn't just his standard Bad Batch look. But anyway, they set off. They landed in a dock as one normally does, and the guy wants his payment. After Tech and Wrecker pay him, he runs directly into his office and calls somebody, a bounty hunter. He tells her that the ship has landed, and with it, her target, Omega. If you've been catching up with Star Wars on Disney Plus, like I loosely have, you'll notice this particular bounty hunter is from The Mandalorian, Fennec Shand. She shows up in Season 1 and the second half of Season 2. Then Tech and Wrecker start dismantling the ship to get to its encoder. Because of the newly formed Empire, Hunter has no real cash. They got rid of Republic credits real fast here, which is a fact that is pointed out. So they get to a dealer who's willing to buy from them. I'm not too sure what Hunter was trying to sell. I think it was an explosive they had left or something, but the trader's unwilling to buy it at a decent price. This is where Echo comes in handy. Hunter bargains Echo, who still looks like a droid, and the deal is made. Apparently Echo isn't worth 2,000. No, he's too good for that. But he is worth 3,000 Imperial credits. Hunter and Echo came up with this plan to con the guy. He pays them, Hunter gives a signal, and Echo leaves. Meanwhile, Omega's getting distracted. She's a kid, give her a break. She notices a few space dogs and goes to pet them. I mean, who can relate here? Like, come on. The dog grabs this doll clone trooper that she had in her hands from the shop, and she gets separated from Echo and Hunter. She gets really scared, like a kid at a grocery store that got separated from her parents, and a familiar face comes to console her. The seemingly nice lady offers to help Omega find her friends, and they leave to do so. Apparently, Omega doesn't know much about stranger danger. Back at the dealers, the deal is made, money's traded hands, then Hunter notices Omega is missing. He panics and runs after her. He does quickly find her. She didn't run off that far with the space dogs, but Omega is now in the bounty hunter's possession. Fennec and Hunter have a slight standoff, and they start going at it. Hunter with his knife is able to knock Fennec's blaster out of her hands, though she's still able to overpower him slightly. Omega manages to sort of distract Fennec in some way, and escaped. Hunter gives a call out to the rest of the boys about the situation. Tech is able to find Omega through the Empire's security system. She's going down the maintenance shaft, or otherwise known as the sewers. I bet she discovered an incredible smell. Tech sends Wrecker on the way and relays the information to Hunter. The chase is on. While all this is going on, Echo's put inside this back room with a bunch of astromech droids. One of these droids actually has arms and legs. Sort of look like something from a cheap sci-fi movie, but has the same sort of cheese that I just love. There's also a protocol droid. That's a thing. Echo's put in charge of these droids. I'm not really sure what it is they're supposed to be doing, but whatever. He gets a signal, but instead of going after Omega, he goes back to the shuttle. Tech was finished scrambling the signal, but his help left. I love that Echo just ups and leaves with all these droids in tow. It's like his own little squad. It was just sort of funny to see. I found it really cool that they were able to use this ensemble of information in really cool ways. But the droid batch get back to the ship easily. The protocol droid is reluctant to help mend the ship, but Echo says, "The faster we get it done, the faster you can be in charge again." And the droid agrees. Totally something 3PO would do. Down in the maintenance shaft, the chase is still going on, but Omega runs into Wrecker before Fennec is able to catch her. Omega scurries through to get back to the ship. Wrecker stays behind the fight. I knew at this point what was gonna happen. Wrecker about to get his ass beat! And then Fennec gets past him. Omega ends up above the city on this tall building, a couple hundred meters above the ground. I'm not quite sure what happened, but a spark came from the door she had just taken, leaving Omega hanging off the building. She's just about to fall when the bounty hunter catches her just in time. Tech finds Omega again and tells Hunter, who is still on the chase in the streets, and he straight up steals someone's speeder bike and runs off with it. He inches close to Omega's location. Fennec takes Omega and falls into a freight speeder. It doesn't take very long for Omega to start trying to get away. She hits this lever, and the truck starts dumping the boxes of freight, but in turn, dumping Fennec as well. Omega holds on tightly. Hunter inches closer and closer, but Fennec stole somebody's speeder on her way down. If I had a nickel for every time this happens in speeder traffic. She bumps the back of Hunter's ride, and he is sent flying through the sky. At some point here, the local Pantoran cops got involved and now they're a part of the chase. That is met with Fennec shooting them down with one shot, one cop taking out the other. Well, that was a wasted effort. As Fennec gets closer and closer to Omega, Hunter gets back in the fray and opens fire at Fennec with his pistol blaster. He hits one of the engines, which sends her slightly off course. Omega's finger slipped and then she starts to descend fast, but Hunter catches her. Then to add salt into Fennec's injury, he puts the explosive from earlier on her speeder and drives off. Bounty Hunter jumps and survives the crash. Everybody makes it back to the ship. The squad of droids finish their tasks, and Echo leaves them behind. I assume they go back to the shop owner? I mean, Echo would have committed theft otherwise, so I hope that's the case. Hunter and Omega hurry inside before the bounty hunter shows up, Wrecker being the last one in the ship, and they take off in a rush. The dock worker is super desperate to keep him there because Fennec hadn't paid him yet, but it's not like a person can stop a ship from taking off. Unfortunately, they didn't get much, if any at all, supplies, but at least they got fuel. They discuss who that person could be, and they again explain what a bounty hunter is. Meanwhile, Fennec had gotten to the docking bay, and she was pretty pissed. The poor guy was all like, "It's not my fault, I tried to stop him." But instead of committing another murder for the day, Fennec kindly pays the man, threatens him with, "If they show up again, you know how to contact me," and leaves. This episode had a lot of fun action and some really good storytelling. I'm not gonna lie here, there was so much that happened in this episode that it was sort of hard to put all my thoughts together and make this transmission. And it's only around 30 minutes, but at the same time, this is what I was hoping for from the show. Stories about the Bad Batch's adventures. It does seem a little less important to the rest of the galaxy, but that can easily change. Not only that, but I feel like there's a bunch of Star Wars EU content that used to kind of be like that. I could be wrong though. Something I feel like that really needs to be mentioned here, I think this show could benefit from having longer episodes, like 45 minutes to an hour. I mean, if they don't have stories that can go that long, or if it would take too long to build an episode, I can understand that. But longer runtimes could bring less restrictions in terms of pacing, and could make episodes like this slow down and tell a deeper story. Anyway, I really liked this episode. It was fast, intense, and fun. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, let me know by liking this video. If you'd like to see more, consider subscribing and hitting the bell icon. Also, comment down below what you're thinking of the series so far, or what you thought about the episode. Until next time, this is Axelmyth, and I will see you in the next episode. Tech is able to find America. Tech was able to find America.